U.S. still wants to negotiate global climate change issues. And the time for negotiation is over. The time for action is now. Climate negotiators from nearly 200 countries are meeting in Poland to adopt a so-called rulebook for the Paris Climate Agreement that will set emissions reduction targets for countries, specifically how those targets will be met and what information countries will have to share about their progress. And the time for negotiation is over. You know the only negotiation? Hey, the science community said to do this, that's what we're doing. I know that's zero negotiation, and that's the way it should be. Science community told us to do this, and that is exactly what we're freaking doing. It's considered the most important climate change meeting since the landmark agreement was reached 3 years ago. U.S. negotiators are at the current meeting, despite President Donald Trump's promise to pull the country out of the climate deal. So what exactly are the U.S. negotiators pushing for at this meeting, and how far will they go? Well, let's find out. Elliot Deringer with the Center for Climate and Energy Solutions said the United States has typically pushed for a lot of information sharing. Historically, the U.S. has been the strongest counterweight to China, for instance, which has tended to resist stronger transparency requirements, Deringer said. That position is unlikely to change under Trump, who said he values fairness in international deals. But negotiating power may have changed since he's promised to exit the deal. There's no question that U.S. has less leverage at the table. It has less of a leg to stand on in advocating for its policy approach and agenda. But Deringer added that other countries in the European Union may step in to try to fill the leadership void, although they may not go as far as the U.S. would like in pushing for transparency. So I'm curious what information the U.S. wants that they feel like they're not getting. What is the U.S., like what transparency are they looking for here? I mean, this is coming from the nation who ignores most of the climate science, or at least in the leadership angle of it. I mean, you know, Donald Trump isn't even convinced that climate change is real. What transparency are they looking for? I mean, it almost sounds like they're just saying nothing up there. What transparency is the U.S. looking for that they're not getting? I mean, it almost looks like they're just kind of leveraging for economic opportunities. And how gross is that? It's almost like they want to be like, well, is China up to something? Maybe China's up to something that makes them less powerful than us. That's kind of the reading in between the lines. I mean, you can always count on the U.S. to make some kind of capitalistic argument for capitalistic gain in any situation, even the end of our time on the planet. Good job, U.S. Well done.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your